Hello and welcome again. Today we're back with Joel Freudman to hear about the next chapter in his journey. He will tell us the story behind how TRU Precious Metals started. Joel, you're a man who likes to turn the odds into his favor. So tell us about how the company started.
Yeah, so this is now we're in about, let's say we're mid 2020. The cannabis boom is done. We have $1.5 million in the bank. We have a good kind of share structure, still mostly owned by me. I bought in at this point from the other guys at Trius, me, some of the other guys at Trius, and we were looking for what to do next. And so I brought in a couple of partners. We did a small financing with some additional capital markets guys we worked with in mid 2020, and we set out hunting for the next deal. We figured, okay, we struck out on 2 cannabis RTOs. Let's go look for kind of the next RTO type of target or some business to reactivate what's now really a shell company, just cash, stock exchange listing, bare bones team. So it was late 2020 or about fall, and this company called Newfoundland had just gone public, and the share price had tripled, and there was a lot of excitement in Newfoundland. So one of these capital markets guys in our shareholder base said, well, look, why don't we go, let's do an area play strategy. I had no idea what any of this meant, right? This was, mid 2020, fall 2020. And he said, let's go acquire a property near Newfoundland. And what we hope to do is, we attract some investor attention saying, well, we're in the ballpark of this major gold discovery. Come take a look at this company. And so, we acquired our first property in Newfoundland in fall of 2020, I think September, Gander West. It was near Newfoundland. And the company's still called Trius Investments. I'm still the CEO. Damien's still the chairman. Most of the shareholder base hadn't seen a lot of transition. And we were saying, well, okay, what do we do next? At what point do I get replaced as CEO? Because we should turn this over to someone who knows mining. And we started to pick up steam. And what's interesting is, you have to be ready for opportunities, like I was saying about being adaptable. Once we announced this first property deal in Newfoundland in, I think it was specifically September 2020, all kinds of people start coming out of the woodwork and calling me, and prospectors, guys in the bush in Newfoundland, hey, do you want to buy this property off me? Do you want to buy this property? And it started to accelerate and gather momentum. And so we actually, into late 2020, we actually went on a property acquisition spree because I thought, okay, well, our first property, we don't know much about it, but people are calling me with so many opportunities. Maybe some of these are opportunities to evolve the business and get better and better properties. And at some point, we'll get in a mining CEO who has a lot of industry experience. So over the course of the fourth quarter of 2020, we acquired, I think, 3 additional properties. And this really kind of started the mining build-out of what's now TRU Precious Metals. I think in October of 2020, I said we should probably change the name. We're starting to buy more properties. We're no longer Trius Investments Inc. We don't have investments. Let's call this company TRU Precious Metals Corp. We'll keep the same ticker symbol, TRU, and it's kind of a bit of an homage to the guys who founded it, to Gordon Wheaton, John Robertson, Robert Harrison. These guys founded Trius as like the 3 of us, TRU. So we kept the name intact a bit. We called it TRU Precious Metals Corp. We acquired another property, which was called the Twilight Project. And this was interestingly pitched to us by a gentleman named Barry Green. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because I said, well, hey, we don't really have a geologist working with us, but we should probably have a geologist if we're buying all these mining properties. Let's hire Barry Green as the vice president of exploration. And this was the input also I got from some of the capital markets guys. They said, well, you need a geologist because you're more of like a transactional lawyer running the company. You want someone who understands geology as you get into this business a bit more. So, we did some other acquisitions. We also, there was a property we passed on, which was a little bit of a showdown ultimately, where we didn't go through with the deal. Sometimes as things happen, the deals don't come together. So a lot of movement, I guess, and growth in the company in the fourth quarter of 2020. And we ended the year of 2020. Okay, we're now TRU Precious Metals Corp. We have Barry Green as our vice president of property development. We called him property development, not exploration, because part of his job was M&A oriented. Help us acquire properties, help us develop these properties. You shouldn't see it as simply exploring. We want to develop some good properties and advance them with a view to resale or a discovery. And so we ended 2020 as TRU Precious Metals Corp. At this point, we had a market cap from starting as a shell about $1 million. At this point, our market cap was somewhere around $3 to $5 million, multiple properties in the company. myself and Barry. We had the existing CFO. I think we added another geologist, Dave Haladky, to the board. So it looked more and more like, a conventional mineral exploration company by the end of 2020.